Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it's your move, CDC. First off, before I quickly get into the topic, I just want to say a lot of people have been messaging Tony and saying, are you throwing shade at Don when you're saying that somebody gets more upset than he does and he doesn't like to get up? If you think there's a rivalry between Tony and I, no. Tony and I talk almost every single day. We're chatting with each other about what's in the news and what's going on. We just have different perspectives. And that's the great thing. You can have a different perspective or a different outlook on things and still be friends. That's the way things should be. It should not be a line in the sand, and if you don't feel the way I feel, you're a bad person. No, absolutely not. So if any of you are worried, Tony's throwing shade at me. No, he's not. Are you worried there's a rivalry? No, there's not. We are good. We're fine. So yeah. However, that kind of goes into my story. Tony's a very glass half full person, and normally I am that way as well. I'll always try and look at both sides of a story, look at everybody's, the good side, the bad side, the positive, the negative, and try and come up with a balanced view. And I tried that. I've been trying that with the CDC for a long time. This is okay. They're doing their job. They're protecting everybody. But as I dive deeper and deeper into the treatment of the cruise lines compared to the treatment of everything else, even their own guidelines for other things like airlines and hotels and international travel, it drives me nuts because I think they are being completely unfair. And maybe I'm just a little more jaded because of, the situation. And we've been, here in Canada, vaccine rollout is ridiculous. Our Prime Minister keeps coming out and saying, we got your back, everybody. We got your back, Canadians. What they don't have is our arms. That's what they don't have. They don't have the vaccines in our arms. But they're glad to spend as much money as possible everywhere. And I don't want to see the bill at the end of this pandemic. I'm telling you, it's going to be astronomical, shall we say. So now I want to say, CDC, Norwegian has thrown it back in your court. The ball is back in your court. And they're waiting to respond. Frank Del Rio came right out and said, hey, tell me why. Explain to me why, with all the things we've just said in our letter, all the protocols we have in place, vaccinated only cruises, all of our crew are going to be vaccinated. Tell us why it's unsafe to cruise. Tell us why you think it's okay for baseball games to be going on and all this other stuff. Tell us why you think that this is unsafe. And explain to us your science behind it. So now, CDC, it's up to you. You can come back and you can say, we've built this framework so we can make sure everybody is safe, even though it doesn't align with your own policies for international travel at the current time. They don't line up. They're jagged from each other. So now we have to wait. Today is Tuesday. This came out on Friday. The letter to the CDC went out on Sunday. So it's day two of waiting for a response from the CDC. What do you guys think they're going to do? Do you guys think they're going to listen to them? I'm very surprised that we haven't heard from the other cruise lines yet. Are they letting Norwegian fight this fight and see what happens? We haven't heard from Carnival Corporation. In fact, The quietest cruise line out there right now is Carnival Corporation. They haven't really been saying much. They've been saying, we're going to sail out of American ports, and that's all they've said. They haven't come out and said, we think it's time to open, we think this, we think... They've been the most silent out of all the cruise lines out there. And you got to wonder why. Why are they so silent on the matter? Well, Norwegian Cruise Line has the most outspoken of all the CEOs of the cruise line corporations, so I'm glad to see he's at least speaking up. And I would love to come out and say Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Line, Holland America, Virgin Cruise Line, MSC Cruise Line, they all started to speak up. But so far, the only one who's come out and said, wait a minute, we looked at your guidelines, we don't think they're fair, here's what we say, you tell us why you think this is worse than your plan. Because even Frank Del Rio said in his letter that our measures that we're incorporating go above and beyond the measures that you're calling for. But you want the cruise lines to spend millions of dollars signing contracts with hospitals and evacuation procedures and hotels. And, you don't even say how many hotel rooms if you sail with 1,000 passengers, does that mean you have to keep 1,000 hotel rooms available to quarantine people if you have to? Do you have to pay a hotel contract? 1,000 hotel rooms? They don't say. There is no guidelines for that. They just say you have to come up with your number. It's completely arbitrary, and it was just meant to say, hey guys, you guys have been complaining a lot that we haven't given you anything. Well, here's something. Oh, it doesn't say when you can do your test cruises. It doesn't say when you're going to be able to sail again. It doesn't say this. It doesn't say that. But here's something. So now you can't say we haven't given it to you. That's all that was. That's all that was from the CDC. It wasn't to help the cruise lines get ready to open. It was to put more roadblocks in their way and to keep them quiet. And no one can now say that they didn't give them any more guidance, even though the guidance did nothing. It didn't increase their chances of cruising. It basically is the same guidance that we should have gotten 5 months ago. So the ball's in your court, CDC. I'm wondering what you're going to do. And I'm really wondering why the other cruise lines haven't said anything yet. Why haven't you guys said anything? Maybe, like I said, I film these videos early in the morning. Maybe they'll come out later on today and say something, and I'll have to erase this video like I've done the last 3 days and start again because the news changes as the day goes on. So, but there you go. Ball's in your court, CDC. Day 2 of no response. Let's see how long it takes for the CDC to respond. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.